Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 184 of NerdPod Generations. As always, I am one of your illustrious hosts, Steve Taylor, along with the always lovely Al Jetsam. Hello, sir.
Hello, friends and enemies.
What's going on, man?
It's been good. It's been a good week.
Hey, you had a week off?
Because I had a week off for my birthday.
Do you feel well rested?
I do. I feel a lot better. I didn't have to call anybody. I didn't have to work. I didn't look at my work email all week. So I have a big thank you to give when I get back into the office tomorrow.
When was your birthday again? What day?
Friday, the 27th.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
I am a horrible... For those of you who don't understand, I ask family members, oh, when was your birthday again? I'm terrible with birthdays.
I do.
It doesn't mean I don't love the person. I just don't know birthdays.
I couldn't even guess what your birthday is.
And
like
that's,
right now.
Yeah.
Like in this exact moment, I have no idea what your birthday is. So I would never presume to be like, you forgot my birthday. God. You know, I'm lucky I have a friend whose birthday is 4/20. And I have another friend whose birthday is 10/31. And it's like, okay, that's easy enough.
I'll be honest, it's the only thing I miss about Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got every birthday.
Yeah. I always hit birthdays because I got a notification.
Yep,
and
exactly.
It's very funny to see who's still on Facebook because I only got a handful of birthday messages yesterday. And it was all from people in their 60s or older or people who are trying to continue to network.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep.
Those are the only people still using Facebook.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about Facebook anymore.
No, I've been off Facebook since 2019, and I haven't looked back because it's toxic.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where I was getting severely depressed because nobody was liking my stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like, nobody likes me. It's like, no, the algorithm isn't feeding your stuff to anyone.
Yeah.
That's why you're getting no likes. So don't take it personally. This isn't one of those like, nobody likes me. But it's so easy to fall into that pit.
Yeah.
Or you just get off Facebook.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. Ever since I'm completely cut off all social media, I think Instagram was my last one. I'm off of everything. And it's the greatest feeling.
I'm on Instagram because I have a scrolling addiction. I've actually been trying to think up an app that I could make billions of dollars on, which just allows you to scroll through happy imagery so that when you have that need to scroll
someone
through
will
stuff,
turn it into porn.
And,
so
right,
you can't, yeah.
Right?
I mean, to most people, that's happy imagery.
Right?
So
it's just like, I got the special ladies mode.
Yeah.
You know, info scroll lady mode.
Yeah.
And
so, folks, NerdPod Generation 184. That means 183 previous episodes of pure gold. So please go to nerdpodgen.com. There are links on the main page to our most recent episode. There are also links to Facebook. No, I'm thinking Facebook. Not Facebook. Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Fuck Facebook. And also YouTube, because Al graciously uploads clips and full episodes of our video, or not videos, of our audios on... God, I can't even talk right now because I got Facebook on the brain.
I'm like a week behind.
This is the poison of Facebook.
I know.
I have it in my head now.
It gets in you. It's like Hannibal Lecter and Ray Liotta.
Yes.
You know, that's Facebook is Hannibal Lecter.
Feed your brain to you.
Yes.
And you're like,
that's fun. And meanwhile, it's making scads of cash.
Exactly.
Isn't this great?
So Al has been uploading clips and full episodes of our show onto YouTube. So make sure if you go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, that you subscribe so you can get notifications whenever we have a new episode uploaded. We do like to start every episode with a little thing called What Have We Been Watching, Playing, Reading? I have 4 quick hit movies to talk about, and then we got to talk about a trailer.
Well, we're going to get ready going off of your YouTube conversation. Your YouTubes have been the ones that have been hitting.
Really?
Yeah.
No shizer.
Yeah, you got 20 hits on your Westerns when we were... Not last week when we reviewed Open Range, the week before.
Oh, interesting.
When you were just talking about Open Range. You got 20 hits.
For all those people that say I'm full of shit, at least I'm full of some gold, too.
Yeah, right?
All right, so this past week I watched 4 movies. First off, last night with the kids, we finished the Apes trilogy with War of the Planet of the Apes.
All right.
Love the movie. It's awesome. I guess I didn't have the best memories of it, because there were some parts that I didn't love as much, like the Woody Harrelson. I seem to remember the first time I watched it feeling some like remorse for his situation, and then this time I'm like, oh no, he just is the worst person ever.
He's just a bad guy.
So
he
I don't know what I was remembering. I don't know if I was remembering his like sad story from Zombieland where he had lost his son, and here his son was just a piece of shit who got the disease and he kills his fucking son. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, you're just a terrible person.
No, yeah, Woody Harrelson. I mean, like, that's the great thing about Woody Harrelson. You see him, and he can so easily play good or bad.
Exactly. But it's a great movie, and I loved it. And, you know, that I think is... It's got to be up there as one of the most consistent trilogies.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have down moments. It might... I know the first movie has some couple slow moments. The second one, I think, is definitely the best.
Yeah, I think so.
But all three are really B+ or above movies.
Oh, yeah. All of them are good.
Yeah.
They're all good
Which
movies.
is rare in a solid trilogy. Because, like, even the fucking Godfather trilogy, you have 2 A+ and a D.
A D.
So it's like, fuck,
Even
man.
the Holy Trilogy... I'll be the first one to sit here and say, Star Wars, great. Problematic at times in terms of, like, the story isn't amazing and the characters are kind of washed out. But good. Great. Especially for its time. Considering Logan's Run came out the year before. Great. Empire. Great. Return of the Jedi? Depends on how you feel about things. It has
moments.
It's harder to come out and be like, oh, Return of the Jedi is great. Yeah. It's like, well... It's really good at times, and at other times you're kind of like, I'm sorry, what's going on right now? You know, it's very hard to have a trilogy. I mean, I remember when the Captain America movies came out, and Civil War at the time felt like a really good movie, and it was like, wow, they did it. All three are really good. Now Civil War, you look back on, you're like, well, this is a mixed bag at best.
Yeah, mixed bag.
But like Indiana Jones. Some people will say it's great, but Temple of Doom is a acquired taste for some.
It absolutely is.
Not everybody likes that one. And so it's very, when you can say all 3 Apes movies are good, capital G good, that's huge. And
I preface this by, folks, if you're listening to this, understand that I consider The Lord of the Rings one movie.
Oh, Lord of the Rings. How did I forget Lord of the Rings?
One movie. Because it was written as one book. I see it as one movie and not a trilogy.
Yeah.
Because it is one completely interlocking story without any space in between. All these other ones we're talking about have gaps in it.
Yeah.
This is a non-gap. This is a one book, one movie. I've always seen it as that, and I watch it as that, or I'd like to.
There's no time jump in Lord of the Rings. Even like the moments where in the books there was a time jump, they cut it out.
Yeah.
I think the closest you get to a time jump would be Rivendell in terms of both times Frodo wakes up.
Yeah.
There's an undescribed amount of time that Frodo has.
But it happens within the same movie, so it's not even like a...
Exactly. Yeah. Both times it happens within the body of the film.
Yeah.
And it's not like 40 years or 5 years. It's like, oh, he was probably out for like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
An amount of time where you'd be like, that's a long period of time, but not so long that you're like, oh, wow, this is an entirely different person I'm dealing with now.
That is true.
Yeah.
So great movie, great trilogy. If you haven't watched in a while, I had not watched them in a while. It's fucking awesome. Like, I really enjoyed it. Then during this past week, I watched one of my favorite documentaries, which is No Retreat, No Surrender.
Oh.
Which is the Galaxy Quest one.
Yes.
And it is so fucking good. Like, if you have not seen it, I don't even... Did I say the name right? Never Surrender, a Galaxy Quest documentary.
Ah.
So it's Never Surrender. I thought I said it incorrectly. I apologize. So Galaxy Quest, I don't go as far as some fans that say, oh, it's my favorite Star Trek. It's not a Star Trek movie. It is a mockumentary, or not mockumentary. It is a satire of, like, the Star Trek world type.
Yeah, and the concierge.
Exactly.
And all these things.
So good. And the documentary is spectacular.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. There's great interviews. They interview everybody. Then they get really down because they talk about how they had the TV show greenlit and then Alan Rickman died. And everyone talking about Alan Rickman brings a tear to your eye. Because it's like, fuck. Like, everyone you could tell was heartbroken that he died.
Yeah. And
especially Tim Allen, him saying how their first interactions, you know, Alan Rickman was looking at him as just this clown because, you know, here's this classically trained actor and you got Tim Allen who just coming off of Home Improvement, and he's the stand-up comedian who was busted for doing coke. No, trafficking coke, I should say.
Yeah.
But then there was the scene where he has to explain to Quirk, I think his name is, about like what an actor is and how they're lying, and it was super serious. And he said it right there, and Alan Rickman's like, well, he had his first like acting experience.
Well, you know what that was. The other part of that story is
what?
Is that they needed to take a break after that scene because Tim Allen was so emotionally overdriven by his own performance And that Alan Rickman is like, wow, I think he acted for the first time in his
yeah.
life.
But it's a great documentary, especially if you've not seen Galaxy Quest.
Do that
fucking
first.
Go see Galaxy Quest. It is fucking amazing. It's one of the best goddamn movies. But then watch the documentary. And one thing I didn't really gauge. So there are two aspect changes in the movie. When it starts, it is like the old TV aspect. Yeah. And then when it gets to modern times, it's a wider aspect. But then when he's on the spaceship for the first time, Tim Allen's character, and they open the doors to space, it widens the aspect again. And it finishes the movie in that wider aspect. And I never caught that. But the director's like, yeah, he goes, we would show this in theaters that would have the old curtain system. And when the stupid projectionist wouldn't open the curtain all the way, there'd be parts of the movie cut off behind the curtain, and we were getting complaints. And it's like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Wow. And I never really gauged that.
That's cool.
So it gets super wide when it opens to that final part.
My two favorite things about Galaxy Quest. One, Sam Rockwell is so good.
Fucking amazing.
He's so great in that movie as a really throwaway role of a red shirt, knowing that he's a red shirt, just really great. And two is the story about Tony Shalhoub's character, where there were supposed to be scenes of him smoking a lot of weed, and they cut all of them out. And so his far out kind of go with the flow style is supposed to be because he's stoned out of his gourd.
And he's so awesome.
And instead it just seems like he's just a guy who just is unfazed by this whole thing.
In the Sam Rockwell thing, he's a major person they interview in this. And he had said, originally he turned it down. But then he had a change of heart because it came out the same year as The Green Mile. And he goes, that really shows the dichotomy between two characters. Because I was the worst person in The Green Mile. And then I was this fun-loving guy was his name. Oh, he's so good in Galaxy Quest.
Well, and it's so funny because Sam Rockwell, that's the thing that keeps on happening to him.
Yeah.
Is he plays these violently terrible characters and then has to play these fun, over-the-top.
And he's so good at all of them. I fucking love Sam Rockwell
Rebalance the scale a little bit for him. I love Sam Rockwell.
So it's a great documentary, and I know it's on Amazon Prime. So if you want to see it, you can see it on Prime. So then, during my work week...
Yes.
There are two movies that I rewatched that I have not watched since the first time I saw them.
Okay.
So first one was Upgrade.
I also just watched Upgrade again.
Just watched Upgrade again. I fucking love that movie.
It's what Venom should have been.
Yeah,
it's what Venom should have been the entire time. And instead, Venom went off and did like, we're funny. We can be funny. Venom can be funny. And it's like, okay, but like,
no.
What are we gonna do? Are we gonna do fun? Because like when Venom is funny in the comics, it's like, oh, Venom loves chocolate because it has the same chemical that he needs when he eats brains. If he eats chocolate, he has to eat less brains because he can get the same chemical from the chocolate, but he has to eat a lot of chocolate. And it's like, that's the comic book when the comic books try to be funny with Venom.
Yeah.
Here it's like, oh, he's going to go to a rave. And they're going to pass the Venom symbiote around to everybody in town. Like, that's not a huge concern. And we're going to do all of these stupid things. But, hey, he decapitates a guy off screen. So, like, that's got to come for something, right?
And I'm glad you brought that up. And now this is a little tangent. That was one of the major parts of the beginning of the first Venom movie, is that the symbiote does not mix with everybody.
No!
But for some reason, when Venom goes to different people, they're totally fine.
They're fine, and it definitely doesn't kill them.
No, they don't die in horrible ways.
No, and like, even in the comics, being bonded with a symbiote is a huge deal.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, we're just going to pass him around and the lady from the corner store is going to get him and he's going to ride a cat for a little bit. He's going to be a horse and then he's going to bond with some woman at the club. And it's just like, this fucking sucks,
Tom
dude.
Hardy's for those movies were so bad.
And like, I am so baffled as to how Andy Serkis directed the second one.
The only reason I give him a pass is he's trying to get a directing career going, and so usually they'll take almost anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a big franchise tentpole with special effects, so I could see him going, yeah, let me just cut my teeth.
And in that same vein, he's not going to say no to Sony when Sony comes in and says, do this, do this, do this.
Yeah.
And so he's just going to be like, okay, yeah, I'll make it work.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
No, it did not work at all.
But Upgrade is amazing because it is, first off, it's a whodunit.
Yep.
Which is great. Second, it has off-brand, straight off Aldi's shelves, Tom Hardy and Logan Marshall Green.
Yep.
And third, it is a guy who, for reasons outside of his control, has to have an additional element added to his body, which can take over at times and run his body for him and helps him identify and find new information that he otherwise may not have found on his own. And it also takes over his life. And it's just like, oh, this is Venom. This is Venom.
Yeah, this is Venom.
This is Venom.
This is Venom. And I have a guilty pleasure. Mm-hmm. I love movies where the bad guy wins. Mm-hmm. And no spoilers, bad guy wins at the end of this one.
Well,
and I love that.
No spoilers, but the bad guy's not the bad guy.
Yeah.
The first bad guy, you're like, oh, that's the bad guy. And you're like, yes. But also, weirdly, no.
Yeah.
And then the second bad guy, you're like, oh, that's the bad guy. And you're like, yes. But also, no. And it's just like when you get to the end of the string, you're like, oh,
that's the bad guy.
Oh, it's been a long con the whole time. It's been a long con.
And I think that's what I love because it is just a dumb action movie, but the payoff is really smart.
Yeah.
And that's where it kind of circumvents all of the stupidity.
And scary. It has like that when you read it in a comic book.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, the same thing as like when you're watching Black Mirror. And you see something that is just existentially terrifying, it'll never affect you. You'll never have to deal with it. But just the thought of it really messes with you.
It was so good. And I was like, you know, and this is one of those palate cleansers when you just need something to watch to just not think.
Yeah.
And just let the story play out.
Let it
you don't
go.
have to really... Because it is one of those whodunits where you're like, I'm not really invested too much in the mystery.
No.
Because I know it's going to resolve itself and it's fun along the way. But then the resolution is so good.
Yeah.
That it's like, oh, okay, that's nice.
The mystery is like watching a 3D printer in fast forward.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's no waiting.
Yep.
You know, usually you would have to wait like 200 years for this thing to finish printing, but because you can just fast forward, it's just like, oh, and we're at the end of the mystery. Yeah. Oh, it was him. Okay. And I really love Upgrade.
It's so good.
It's such a good movie.
So good.
Even weird things like the very opening of the movie where they have a voice reading off the screen and it's a robot voice and you're like, this is weird. This is a weird way to start things.
This is a video game. It really is a video game.
Yeah. It starts it on a tone of like, this is what the whole thing is going to be. And just, God, I really love that movie.
Because I remember this came out the same time as Hardcore Harry.
It did.
Which I didn't like Hardcore Harry that much. It was all right.
I got to rewatch it. That was another one that, A, gave me a splitting headache.
Yeah.
Because I had the worst headache because of the way it was shot. Yeah. But then B, where like I got halfway through and I was like, oh, I really like this twist. And then I got to the end of the movie and I was like, I feel like this could have been more.
But you could tell they were trying too hard to make Hardcore Harry a video game, where they didn't try that hard with this one, and it was a fucking video game.
The way that they isolate the motion
of
actions on the screen. And so you'll have like what's his name? His name is like Cole or something like that. And he'll be on the ground and it'll steady cam as he rises up off the ground,
which is fucking awesome.
Or he's doing flips across the room and it's just steadied on him, so the room is spinning around him.
Yeah,
and it's just like,
it's really
there's
good.
some fucking cool ass shit really here, good. Man.
Now the final movie, this one I have not watched in a while, and I got such joy from this, and I remember I had joy from this before. The Nice Guys.
I love The Nice Guys.
Oh my fucking God.
I love that movie.
It's up there as one of my favorite. Like it's up there for me in recent times with like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Because you have the buddy cop type of movie and it's got insanely good humor.
Yeah.
It has good, some solid action scenes, some violence, and the violence is funny.
Oh, I love there's two moments, speaking of the humor, that I love of that movie. One is when Russell Crowe goes to talk to Ryan Gosling for the first time.
Yes.
And he's like, now, what you need to tell your doctor is that you have a spiral fracture of the right meniscus. Bam!
Ryan Gosling might have the funniest scream.
Oh my god.
His like scream when he breaks his arm and anytime he gets scared is fucking hysterical.
I love when he finds a dead body and he's supposed to be shouting at the other guy on the top.
That is like old school slapstick that he was doing. But just when he falls off of there, that absolutely murdered me. And then fucking Russell Crowe, when he figures out, he goes, "Did you fucking fall down the hill?" He's like, "Let's just move the body." He's like, "You fucking fell down the hill." Oh my god.
Did you lose your gun? It's not important right now.
Dude.
What were you doing? I was questioning the mermaid.
It was so fucking good.
The other thing I love, Dad, there are whores here and stuff. Don't say and stuff, honey. Just say there are whores here.
It is such a fantastic movie.
I love that movie.
And like to know that Kim Basinger's ends up being the big bad, and you're like, really, Kim? I mean, it does have that, you know, political kind of thumb nose to the government, saying, "Oh, the government's always looking to fuck the little guy," type of thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, can't fucking like. I remember when I first started watching it. It had been so long that I was like, "Is that fucking Kim Basinger?" Yeah. Like, I forgot she plays the fucking was it the Secretary of? Oh, no, she's the head of the DOJ, right? Department of Justice. And I'm like, "Fuck, is that Kim Basinger?" And like, I totally forgot she was in the movie.
A very early Margaret Qualley, shows up,
which it looks. This had to have been filmed close to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because she looks the same age.
Possibly, I think Nice Guys came out in 17, and Once Upon a Time came out in 19. So it's possible. But
like, I don't know if they were filmed close together because, like, she looked the exact same.
Yeah.
In that, and she was great. Like, just being like, you think she's this super smart person trying to evade all these people, and she's just a fucking idiot. She's just gotten lucky.
And gets unlucky.
Oh, dude, when he's just like, really?
Bam.
Oh. Matt Bomer, right?
Matt Bomer is also in this.
Great hitman.
When he throws a little girl through a window.
And then nonchalantly
says... he's walking out of the house, and they're like, "Did you hear that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I heard it. I think it was the little girl I threw through a window." Yeah. And it's just like, that's so fucking choice.
He played, when he first walks in, and he goes to Ryan Gosling's daughter, who is from the Spider-Man movies.
Gurney Rice.
And Gurney Rice. He's pretending to be a doctor, and he's so creepy. And everyone, except for her, knows.
Yeah.
Like, we were watching the movie, like, you know he's the hitman that was sent. But he's so slimy and so menacing, but has that charm that Matt Bomer has.
And Holly picks up on it, and her friend doesn't.
No, because her friend is just like,
he's a doctor, just trust him. Yeah. And Holly's like, that is not a doctor.
Dude.
And I love, there's so many great moments, whether it's, I love Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe going to the protest, and it's all the kids who are on the ground, and they're like, "What's happened here?" And they're like, "We're dead." And it's like, "You can talk when you're dead?" And it's like, "No, we're dead, asshole. We can't talk about anything." It's like, "What killed you?" "The air." So the gas masks didn't help.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Dude, it was the best.
Who here wants to make $50?
Oh, those two together were fucking comedy gold, and it had a great. I look at this as like a callback to the end of Animal House, when, if you remember that scene, the kid's reading Playboy magazine, and a Playboy bunny shoots through his window, and he looks and he goes, "Thanks, God."
Yeah.
Well, there's the kid looking at Misty Mountains naked in a magazine, and then a car crashes, and he goes outside, and there's Misty Mountains naked, and he's like. You can see in his head, he's like, "Thanks, God," but then he
and I think that's the kid from Iron Man 3.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But I love how they gave him the class moment, though, where he covers her
and goes to get help.
But it was like, just little things like that were so fucking great.
And Keith David is amazing in this. I love the moment where he and Russell Crowe get into the fight at the second party.
Yes.
And they just kind of are like, "Where are you going to go?" "Detroit." "You got any business in Detroit?" "No, I got no business in Detroit." "Okay, you go to Detroit, I'll stay here. We won't ever see each other ever again." Yeah. It's like...
But then, of course,
Keith David's something happens.
Dude. And he dies in a very wonderful splat.
"Did you fall off the roof? Did you fall off the roof?"
Dude, so good. So I was like beside myself happy when I watched that.
I love that movie.
I'm going to have to put it in a more normal rotation for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly the movie that made me like, because The Predator came out, and I was like, ooh, Shane Black, I don't know, man, this might be bad. And then The Nice Guys came out, and I was like,
well, that is actually funny that I said the Kiss Kiss Bang Bang thing, because that's Shane Black also.
Exactly.
So you got these two movies that are both Shane Black.
No, it almost seems like, and granted, Shane Black wrote the original Predator.
Yes.
Right? But it almost feels like Shane Black should continue to do this kind of thing and not do Predator kind of thing, where when he does weird, gross sex stuff here, it makes sense because the movie is framed around a porno.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do it somewhere else.
And you think about it, buddy cop-wise, he also wrote Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
So it's like, he does have this buddy cop thing that really fucking well.
Yeah, yeah.
And also he was a co-writer on one of my favorite movies, The Monster Squad. So
no, we should just have a world where it alternates every other year. Where it's like a Shane Black mystery, a Rian Johnson mystery, a Shane Black mystery, a Rian Johnson mystery. And it's just like two flavors of ice cream, but both are good.
Oh, so good.
Also, we're going to talk about the Muppets today.
Yeah.
But me and Kelly were joking. We really want a Muppets with Benoit Blanc in it. We just really want it. And then, I know it can't happen because he's with Netflix and Disney and whatever. And they're never going to agree on how to split the revenue. Fine, whatever. So Kelly came up with this absolutely brilliant workaround, which is that you do something very similar, but instead of having a New Orleans accent, he has a Katharine Hepburn style transatlantic accent.
Oh, interesting.
I would love that.
That would be interesting.
That would be so fucking
Daniel
funny
Craig
to
could
me.
pull it off too.
Daniel Craig could pull it off.
Pull it off.